Hey, what's happening, everybody? I I'm not sure if I'm gonna be on here too long. I'm gonna see if anybody pops in here, and but I just wanted to say a couple of things regarding last night's live. But I'll wait for the chat to fill up a little bit. Beth Wade, what's happening, girl? It's good to see you. Okay. You are. You were the first in the chat, Beth Wade. Congratulations. You don't win anything, but you know. but you do win my undying gratitude. Absolutely. Jenny Anderson, what's happening? What's happening? Hybrid. Catherine. Yo, I'm not fucking around. You start that shit, I'm telling you, I will cut this off completely. I will shut this damn channel down over that out of just general principle. I'm telling you that right now. Yo, what's up, Irish? Um, what's up, say Robbie? How you doing, my man? Hey, thanks again for the shout out today on your live, man. I appreciate that. What's up, Casey? Yeah, I don't, guys. I don't know if I'm. I don't think it's gonna be a long one. I just I wanted to come on here and thank everybody yesterday for logging on. That was obviously a very important broadcast and very emotional. Uh, for me even most definitely. And I want to thank everybody for signing that petition. Um, I I I direct messaged with Mandy's friend Tay, who I was initially in contact with starting this whole thing, and she was very grateful, and she wanted to thank everybody for their help. And according to her, as of this morning, I have not spoken to her all day, but first thing this morning when I spoke to her, or when I was messaging back and forth with her, she mentioned that after the live, she the Mandy's family got over 200 signatures, um, and uh, and she they were very grateful, to say the least. And the feeling that came over me because of that, I can't even begin to describe. Because that's first of all, I'm going to say this: that live yesterday got the most views during like during that period of time where it actually was live. It got the most views I've ever gotten during that period of time. Um, in fact, it got as many views as most of my lives that are already up currently have. So thank you guys for that. That was great. And there's not one broadcast that I could think of so far that I would have wanted that kind of attention on more. So you guys did fantastic with that, and you guys were super awesome in the chat too. On top of everything else, you guys were really respectful, and I can honestly say that yesterday was easily the most rewarding experience I've had since I started doing this, and you guys were so fucking great about that. So thank you again for that. I really the feeling of gratitude I have because of that, I can't even It's just so many things to be grateful for because of that. You know, just that feeling that that you can actually use this platform and make some sort of difference, and actually know that in theory, but then see it manifest. And if charges do actually get brought up on this Simmons guy, on this Zachary Simmons, then um, then we accomplish something. Like collectively, we fucking accomplish something, man. And like that's a hell of a feeling. And even if it doesn't happen, we did as much as we could, you know. So even still, man, if you know you got coworkers, you know, and you're just making small talk, and you just happen to have people in your life. I know a lot of us true crime enthusiasts, we kind of live on a little island, right? Like, it's not exactly the kind of thing that you can usually bring up in conversation around the water cooler at work. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, it's just like maybe if a documentary aired or something, and people are like, oh man, did you see that Dateline last night? You know, that happens from time to time, but um, uh, just general conversation about serial killers and multiple murders and lacerations and things of that nature. They don't normally take place, you know, at work too much. So I do understand that, but uh, you know, when it comes to something like this, and if we're capable of making a difference, and some, you know, you just happen to be making small talk with some friends or family, coworkers, whatever, you know, pop it up on your phone, you know, show them, send them a link for the petition, and get them to sign it. So that would be fantastic. Uh, but regardless, you know, regardless of what happens, it's an amazing feeling that we all got together the way that we did, and just for this one purpose. It's I can't I can't get over how dope that feeling is, man. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, man. Um, and I got a nice thank you email from the gentleman who wrote me, and I read that email on here yesterday. Um, he was he was very grateful for the way that I read the email, and I just yeah, I can't get over that, man. I can't get over like all the love that I've been getting from listeners, man. People, you know, sending emails and sending and for such a small group too, you know. Uh, it's great. Um, and I've been saying this the whole time. Like I'd rather have a small, tight group with that kind of dynamic between us rather than have a big one. You know, I don't care about that nearly as much as I care about having this kind of camaraderie with the people that I do right now. So it's pretty fucking awesome, dude. Uh, and I'm really enjoying it. And and it's not just for shits and giggles. You know, we that feeling of what we did last night. I'm kind of addicted to it. I'm not gonna lie. So uh, when there's anything like that, you guys hear about any cases like that where you guys don't think justice is happening, you know, email me, send it to me. I can't guarantee that I'm gonna cover it. I'm not saying that, but you know, the more options I have, you know, the more content the channel's gonna have, and the more chance for us to be able to make a difference. Um, so you know, I think that is at this point the only reason that I would really want this channel to grow, and I would really want to get as many subscribers as possible, honestly. Um, So for the first time, I get that feeling like, man, it would be great to have a shit ton of subscribers. You know, before it was just like, well, if it happens, cool. You know, whatever. You know, it'd be cool to fucking have YouTube pay me for whatever for just sitting on here and fucking talking shit. But you know, that wouldn't have been the rewarding part to me. The rewarding part to me is to have exactly what I have right now, and it's a great feeling, and now it's making me want to see what we can do together going into the future. I look forward to see what's going to happen with Jay. I haven't actually. I texted her. I texted with her a little bit this morning, but um, from what I understand, she's doing some packing, some moving. So that's always a bitch, and it's time consuming. And if you don't plant your ass there and do it, you're never gonna get it done. You're always gonna find reasons to break off from it, and so I I I don't want to distract her from that. So, but I'm really excited about what's going on here, and I'm really excited about what can happen in the near future. So, and I think Jay's going to play a big part in that, and I think that she's just as excited about it as I am. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and look over here in the chat. Like I said, this is probably gonna be a real short one, guys. Um, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do tonight. Um, I'm tossing around the idea of going out and getting a beer because I never ever do that. Um, and I might do that. You know, I might do that. Just take on a little celebration by myself. As far as this nice feeling that I got from everything that took place in the last 24 hours. Um, but yeah, it's been a good day, man. It's been a good day. It's real sunny, nice and cool, and went to the gym and I worked out and I worked out a lot. And I took a pre-workout, which I never do, but I took pre-workout today and I worked out like crazy. And then I ate a Subway wrap that it's funny because I got it and the dude there, it's funny. It's so weird because when you're one of those people, which I used to be one of these people that, the slightest fucking thing got on my nerves, just the slightest thing got on my nerves. And, and my experience at Subway today would have fucking pissed me off, man, back in the day. And it was funny. I started thinking about that walking home. And I was like, instead, I found it funny, And that's happened a couple times. Uh, I mean, I've been that guy. I've been that guy. And he's probably new. And so, he gave me my wrap. He didn't cut it in half, so it's like falling apart, halfway down to me eating it. But I didn't care. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to eat this fucking thing anyway. And I've got paper under me, so it's all good. It don't matter. I'm gonna just scoop everything up with my fingers like a fucking savage and put it in my face when I run out of wrap. So whatever. I don't give a shit. And uh, he tried to pull this shit where he was like, oh man, there's no more black olives in here. There's no more black olives. And I asked him to put an egg white patty in there, right? And he's like, it's gonna be a little extra, and I'm like, yeah, of course, I understand. And but I wanted some more protein than I was getting there because I had just left the gym, so I wanted as much protein as I could get. And he and I'm like, I want everything on this motherfucker except lettuce because the fucking lettuce it's nothing but water that grows out of the ground and takes solidified form. It's very very strange thing to me that people put. I mean, it's the perfect thing for restaurants to put on their sandwiches in order to uh, create the illusion of substance in the sandwich, but it's really just water, and there's like practically no nutritional value to it whatsoever. So I'm like everything except lettuce. I don't, pickles, everything, jalapenos, banana peppers, throw it all in there, my man, right? And I'm like, uh, he's like, oh, the black olives were all out of the black olives, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, would you be willing to like replace, since you don't have black olives, would you be willing to replace the you know waive the price of the egg that you put in there since you don't have black olives? And he's like, oh, but I don't know. And he's sitting there fucking thinking about it, right? And then he goes, oh, you know what? And he goes in the fucking little cooler that's right there. And trust me, I know that this is what was going to happen the entire fucking time because I've been that guy and I've fucking managed, you know, restaurants like that, bars. I've managed these places. I understand that for the sake of productivity, what you do in order to, for the sake of giving the best possible customer service, you keep prep underneath your make line. You keep prep of whatever product under there. And sometimes, if you have shitty managers, then there's not enough prep done, and he's out. So I thought that was a possibility. So I was like, look, and I wasn't even gonna make a big stink about it anyway. If he wasn't willing to do that, I would have been like, it's fine, whatever. But sure enough, he goes and he fucking pulls out a whole thing. Oh, look, I got black olives right here. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I know you got black olives right there. So, so I started to kind of feel annoyed, and I was just like, it's cool, whatever, you know. And then and I just, he gave me the sandwich. I get home, I unwrap it. It's like falling apart. It's not cut in half. And I'm just like, I didn't even pay attention to whether or not he cut it in half. Because actually, a couple of my coworkers walked up on me and were like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "What are you doing here?" While he was wrapping it up, and then, yeah. So I got a little distracted by that, and so, and it's funny that sort of thing. I the same thing happened to me at Taco Bell a couple weeks ago, and you get this kid. He's like maybe 17, 18, right? And he's fucking high as shit, dude. You know, like I mean, just beyond obviously high. You know the look I'm talking about, where he's just standing there, his eyes are fucking shut, and and yeah, Beth, yeah, I get spinach instead of lettuce too because spinach is actually nutritional. But yeah, so this guy's fucking eyes are shut practically. Red as fuck. He's got a shit-eating grin on his face that he won't wipe off. But I've actually got a good vibe from this guy, so I wasn't getting mad. I had no reason to. And he's trying to find the buttons on the register, and he's actually doing a few things. You know, he's trying to keep busy. And I'm watching them, and they're taking forever with my bean burrito. I got the 3 soft taco supremes, and I got a bean burrito, right? And this kid like he like is waiting for the burrito for so long, and he sees me standing there, and I'm being cool and patient. I'm like, dude, it's all good, you know. And so he gets the burrito, and then he just puts it in the bag, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm high too, so I'm thinking like, did he just? I'm not sure what he did, you know. Did he just do what I think he did? And I look in the bag, and I'm like, hey, my man, like, can I get my burrito like wrapped? Can I? He like just put it with like no paper, just like on top of my tacos. It was like, thank you, sir. All fucking stoked. And I was just, it was the kind of thing that like back in the day, you know, it would have got on my nerves, and it would have been hypocritical of me to gotten pissed off about that, you know. And I would have been like, oh, you know, I work in that industry and I've done that, and you know, I don't do that shit. But you know, just because I didn't really make mistakes like that, and I have made mistakes, you know. Of course you make mistakes. It's the restaurant business. Anything fucking happens, you know. I've been high at work and done way worse. I've been high at work. I worked at this chicken place when I was like 17, right? And I had to clean out the fryer. And there's a little valve, and what you do is you open this valve, and then all the old oil flushes out into a bucket if you're smart enough to put a fucking bucket there. So I did that, and I, you know, cleaned it out, and I scrubbed it, and I flushed it out with fucking hot water, and it all came out, you know, into this bucket, and I had to keep emptying the bucket as I flushed it out, and I had this thing spotless, just spotless, right? Beautiful. Thing was shiny, looked brand new. And then I went ahead and shut it and took the bucket away, and you know, and I turned it on, and I put the new oil in, and the oil comes in this, at least back then it did, and this place, I don't know how other places do it. Actually no, yeah, most the other places now, the ones I've worked at, it was actual oil, but this place was it was like a big thing of shortening almost, like a big block, and you just stuck the block on the fryer, and then it would just melt and just sink into it as it melted. But like a jackass, I didn't put the I didn't close the valve, and this stuff just melted. This brand new oil just melted and went all over the kitchen floor. You know how long it takes to mop that shit up? So I get it. I get it. You get to a point in your life where you just gotta fucking chill out, man. You gotta chill out and just not let dumb shit get on your nerves, you know? Because chances are, at some point, I know I did something fucking stupid. That's just as stupid or dumber, you know? And it's not even that, you know, it's not even that serious. It's an easy fix, you know. Even if the easy fix was just like having to fucking scoop up all these veggies and stuff from my wrap and just stick it in my mouth like a total fucking uncivilized shitbag. You know, there's nobody eating. Nobody was watching me eat it. You know, so I didn't see the point of worrying about it. So I just didn't see the point of getting upset about any of this stuff. So overall, like, and a lot of it, I was just really buzzing from how good everything went last night, and all the positive responses I've been getting all day, and they haven't stopped. People just keep on, and it's really nice, man. It's really great. And all it does is make me just want to come back on here more, you know. So yeah, man. Uh, yeah. So I'm gonna go over the chat a little bit here. Just to say hi to everybody, because shit, there's a lot of people in here now. Um, More than I'm normally used to, anyway. Okay. Some new usernames I'm not used to. Jilly Willy. All right. Oh wow, People's Team for Justice, man. That's awesome. I'm guessing you have a an active, probably a true crime channel, man. So um, yeah, if you have a channel, People's Team for Justice. If you have a channel, um, man, I'd love to get in touch with you, and I can get me or one of my mods to somehow get you that petition. And I think I don't uh, maybe it's kind of, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little presumptuous asking you, but it would be really cool, I think, if you would share that petition so that people could sign it and we can get some justice for Mandy. Um, Unless you already have, but yeah, I would love for you to contact me at the glare360 at gmail.com. I would really love for you to contact me. Because I think that's another thing. I realized the last couple days. Let me let me kind of talk about this because it's funny. This concept or this idea just like hit me as I was doing a live a few nights ago, and um, the idea of having more like true crime. There's this YouTube has a true crime community, and I don't know. I'm an idealist like that, I guess, and I'm a dreamer, and you know, I've got my points of wisdom, but I've also got my ways of being very naive too, and but I don't know. I think being naive about certain things, there's no harm in it, right? So, and I talked about how I would love for the true crime community to kind of try to put aside some of the drama and maybe just focus on actually uh, true crime a lot more, and maybe pull together and try to pull this platform and this community together so that there's strength in numbers, and we can make a difference, like getting petitions signed for justice of for families of like Mandy's, and getting some closure for everybody. I mean, obviously we can't do that for everybody, and it's probably rarely going to happen, to be honest. But if we're capable of doing that, then I don't see why not. I just don't see any harm in that. So I would love to see that happen. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's realistic, but I would just love that. That kind of shit would make me happy. Um, so I I like the idea of I don't know, man. I'm 44 years old, man. I was a grunge kid. You know what I mean? Uh, the thing I loved most about that music scene was um, these Seattle bands. They all kind of held each other up. They weren't trying to cut each other's heads off. They weren't, and you know, that's a term I heard regarding musicians that were in competition with each other. Like back in the day when it was, when the blues was coming out and becoming mainstream, these musicians would look at that as somebody, another musician trying to cut their head off. That was the slang term for uh, making them look bad to give themselves more notoriety and a bigger fan base. And uh, the Seattle scene in the 90s, these bands they were playing shows together. They were doing everything they could and none of them sounded alike. That was the that was the coolest thing. They had this one thing in common, which was we're going to play music the way we think it sounds good, and and I'm going to like bands because I like the way they sound, not because they meet or fit a particular genre. And I really really identified with that, and I really admired it. Um, and so I it would be really cool if that same vibe kind of went, took place on YouTube here in this, we're a bunch of creators. It's what we are. Uh, you know, we logically, I feel like logic would dictate that you would have more of a chance of growing if you actually connected and, you know, did things together, because there's one channel that has these subscribers. A lot of them have the same subscribers, but you know, then you're sharing more content. You're sharing more content with your subscribers, right? So you're basically just opening the field. Like you're you're opening up tons of possibilities. Um, and all it takes is just for everybody to be genuinely supportive of each other. There's no reason, if we're all trying to find justice, if we're all in this to try to understand why these horrible things happen to people, um, if that's actually the motive behind what we do individually, then why wouldn't the method to executing that be to get as much help as you can possibly get? So I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just a dreamer, man. but but yeah, I if you have a true crime channel, man, and you're listening to this, um, contact me. Maybe we can collaborate on certain things. We don't even have to talk about true crime so much. You know, not all the time. We could talk about all kinds of other things. Um, I hardly ever talk about true crime on this channel. I just happen to follow it because, I know people who have died in an unnecessary fashion, uh, and and you're stuck wondering, like, why the fuck does shit like this happen? You know, and uh, I'm not sure we'll ever understand why these things happen. You know, or maybe we do understand why these things happen, and we just it's not a good enough answer. You know, it's not the answer we're looking for, so we ignore it. But sometimes people just do fucking awful things. Maybe it's true when they say, when you ask them why did you do this, they say, I don't know, I don't have any fucking idea. Maybe it's the same thing. I remember when I was a kid and I would do something fucked up. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? I'd freeze and I'd say, I don't know. You know, and I wasn't lying. I wasn't lying. I honestly didn't fucking know what I was doing, why I did what I did. So, uh, I think it's something to think about, man. I think it's something to think about. So, I don't think it would hurt. I really don't think it would hurt if we kind of collectively adopted more of an attitude that is uh, that is more geared towards results, right? Okay, please note you're asking, do I have a separate channel that I do true crime on? No, I don't. Apparently, right now the plan um, is to hook up with Jay is for Justice, and her and I are going to talk about stuff. But I don't know if we're going to talk about true crime because uh, maybe we'll talk about. I think I'm sure we will talk about true crime. I'm absolutely positive we're going to talk about true crime. But I'm saying um, we're still tossing around the idea of what it's going to be. So I think it's going to be a little bit of everything. I don't think it's going to be focused so much on just one particular thing. Like I could talk about anything on this channel, and I like that freedom of being able to do that. I like that. I like that I created that freedom for myself to where my listeners log on and they don't know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. They don't have any idea what I'm going to talk about. So um, I kind of like that. Um, Shit, half the time I don't know what I'm going to talk about, honestly. I didn't know I was going to get into all this just now. I honestly didn't. I just start talking and then I get going. Please note, okay, I'm newer and I like your vibe. I think you should do some stuff on your own too. I think you'll be successful in it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I have a. That's the thing. I think that anybody could be to some degree successful at anything they do if they're passionate about it. And I have a passion for this right now. I have a bigger passion for it now than I did day before yesterday. Um, and I but I think anything that people take a strong passion in has a good chance of being successful. And I think it has no chance of being successful if they're not passionate about it in any way whatsoever. Sorry guys, I'm reading the chat right now. Um, and you guys are all saying such nice things, man. Thank you. Um, wow. Okay. Hybrid, you're saying think about all the drama going on right now on YouTube. It's pause to rise above and get back to basics. Thanks for being that catalyst. Wow. Um, wow. That's nice. Um, thanks for thanks for not being, disappointed in the fact that I'm not into the drama. Because that there's a demand for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's cool. Like I talked, I criticized it a lot. I really did. But the thing is, you can't really criticize something that has such a demand for it. Again, it would make me hypocritical. It's just something that I don't understand. That's all it is. And that's why I criticize it. But it's wrong for me to criticize something simply because I don't understand it. Um, or that I can't relate to it. It's not something that I get into. It's not something that I get pleasure from being involved in that drama. And I could, I could. I'm really good at arguing with people. And but the thing is I don't like to argue with people. So, but yeah, if I'm hell bent on something, I'm gonna get the last word. And if I see something in you, I'm gonna call you out on it. And I don't like to do that because sometimes I get really real, and and I and a lot of times if you get so real on somebody and it's more real than they've ever been able to make that observation themselves, and you hit them hard enough with that, man, it hurts. It hurts a lot, and I don't want to hurt people's feelings, man. That's not. I'm not trying to do that. Like I said, I can be good at it, but it's not something that I want to do, and I'm not proud of myself when I do it. So, uh, so yeah, I don't want to I don't want to be part of that shit. I really don't. Um, but people like to listen to it, man. People like to I get it. I mean, if a fight breaks out on the street, I'm gonna stop and watch. You know what I'm saying? If a couple is like arguing on their patio, I'm kind of like, what are they arguing about? You know what I mean? Like it happens. We're all like that to a certain degree. It's just not something that I can do fucking even close to all the time. I can't, man. Um, it's just not for me. I can't listen to too much hip hop. I like hip hop, but I can't listen to too much of it. You know, but some people it's all they listen to. Doesn't mean they're bad people. So that's cool. Um, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. You know, I just yeah, it's not for me. That's all. So yeah, that's please note. I that's kind of what I was hoping to do. I was I I want this to be a channel that is a breath of fresh air for the people who kind of got sucked into the drama and are kind of getting sick of it, you know? Because I don't think you necessarily need to unsubscribe from those things if it's not something that if you feel overwhelmed by it, because these people, they have a lot of good content. Most of them do. Most of the people that are all involved in the drama, they have content. Now you have people that are just drama and whatever. That's something else. But some of these people have really really great content. Some of these creators, and then they just got sucked into the drama, and their subs got sucked into the drama, and it happens. It's wait. At some point, you're this loyal listener, and you go, wait a minute, what? When was the last time I heard a case covered? Shit. So, um, you know, so I'm one of those people, and so I kind of wanted this channel to kind of be more or less that. Um, right, Irish, exactly. It is an ugly, ugly circle jerk. Absolutely. What's up, Sleuths Investigate? Pretty Bird and Connie. I didn't say hi to Connie. I'm sorry. What's up, Connie? Um, yeah, man. So let's see. Space Monster 61. It is cool to hear you so uplifted. It is a nice feeling and also nice to see someone experience this. Wow. Yeah, man. Right on. Right, hybrid, yeah. You're saying I don't sit down after listening to my kids fight all day just to listen to adults fight. Fuck no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my thing is I've been arguing with people and listening to people argue my entire fucking life. I'm tired. Like, seriously, like I physically just right now had to like when you think about the fact that I don't have that in my life right now, it's so satisfying. When you put that into perspective, like when you compare to literally decades of bullshit to now you don't have it, I'm not going to log on to YouTube and listen to it. No. YouTube is amazing. There is infinite shit you can watch on YouTube. You could literally go on YouTube and find a how-to video to do anything. And how many people actually really do that? You know what I'm saying? People, I don't know how to do that, and then they just blow it off. But at this point, it's probably safe to say that you could log on YouTube and you can just be like, dude, I can find anything. Somebody has a how-to video on this. It's gonna walk me through it, and it's gonna be all high quality and shit too. People take pride in being these creators, man. It's pretty amazing. I watch reaction videos. I watched reaction videos of like some dude who's been listening to hip hop his whole life hear Eddie Van Halen play a guitar solo for the first time, and I watch it and I laugh like a maniac, dude. I love that shit. I love that shit. Hey, sleuths investigate. Unless it's some personal beliefs, you can say fuck on my channel. I don't know if you've been listening, but I say fuck a lot. But yeah, you're not gonna get silenced on my in my chat. That's another thing. I don't like unless I'm doing something real serious, and then somebody starts trolling. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna get timed out or any of that shit in my chat. Um, I'm not a fan of censorship, guys, at all. That's something that I should discuss with you. I am not in the slightest bit a fan of censorship. I don't think it's necessary in any scenario whatsoever. Um, so, if something happens in life, I think everybody has a right to to understand it. I think everybody has a right to understand it firsthand rather than the hearsay of someone else. Um, and Psych 1995. Hello, I'm new here. I just discovered your channel from when you were talking on Jay's channel. Yeah, man, I'm so grateful to Jay for that because I got a lot of new subs from Jay. I'm really, really happy about that. Yeah, I'm the kind of guy, man. Like I'm such a believer in free speech that I don't give a shit what you believe in. You know, I'm one of those people that I'm not. I can't stand right now. It's funny. I posted something on my Facebook, and this is not to get too political. I'm not going to get real deep into my political beliefs here. But I will say this much, just so you understand: I am neither a conservative or a liberal, by definition, by today's standards. I am neither, um, politically. And one group of people that I can't stand right now is Antifa. They really kind of disgust me, and they don't even necessarily disgust me for the things that they do. It's the way that they do them that disgusts me. I think that if you're wearing masks and you're violently attacking people that are exercising their right to free speech, then I'm disgusted by you because you're a coward. First of all, you're a coward. I mean, that's some cowardly shit. So, uh, so liberals, if there's any liberals in my chat, I think Antifa is just a bad thing to be associated with, man. You know, I'm not faulting your beliefs politically at all. I'm really not. But Antifa, it's not the way to go about it. It is not the way to go about getting your message across, because that's how we get our freedoms taken away. Because if that becomes the norm, then yes, our freedoms are being taken away, because that is literally the act of someone taking someone's freedom of speech away by force, by assaulting someone for having an opinion and speaking out and exercising their right to assembly and free speech, and then you show up wearing masks and wielding weapons and hurting people simply for speaking out loud, then you are exactly the opposite of what I love about this country. Um, so I have a real problem with that kind of shit. I have a real problem with that kind of shit. But but um, it's one of those things, man. You know. So that's the thing is, I want to be completely clear about that. You know, say a group of Nazis, you know, a group of neo Nazis, or you know, uh, purists, or whatever the fuck they call themselves these days, white nationalists, whatever. Uh, you know, they get together and they assemble, right? What they're saying disgusts me, frankly. What they're saying absolutely disgusts me. What they believe in absolutely disgusts me. But I love the fact that we live in a country where it's on you, it's fucking on you to out assemble them and outwit them and out talk them, to debate them in a civil manner, prove them wrong. We have we have the civilization at this point. We've achieved that civilization at this point to be able to do that. We're just choosing as a people right now not to. It's very strange. It's a very, very strange time. Um, but that's what civil people do. You know, and obviously if they're hurting people, if they're committing genocide, you know, the way the original Nazis did, then yeah, they got to go down. You can't you know, I'm not sitting here singing kumbaya. You know, I also believe in everybody's right to bear arms for that exact same reason, because I'm willing to die and fight for my basic personal freedoms. These are not just American freedoms to me, these are human freedoms. As a human being, I have the right to say what I want and believe in what I want. So do they. So anybody does. So, although what they're saying disgusts me, I, I more my my gratitude for the freedoms that I have and the freedoms that they even have, my gratitude for that outweighs drastically my disgust for what they have to say. So that's where I'm at on that. So yeah, no matter what your opinions are, no matter what your beliefs are, I don't care what they are. I I will always advocate for your freedom to believe in what you want and say what you want. I will personally always do that. Oh, thanks, please note. You're cool as shit too, man. Yeah, see, okay, Connie, you're saying I'm a liberal leaning and I agree about that. See, I consider myself a liberal in the truest form because think about the word liberal and what it means. Liberal does not mean, hey, you're offending me with what you're saying and I want to take away your right to say it because I can't handle what you're saying. Bullshit. No, man. It's on me to learn how to compose myself, and I am accountable for how I take what you're saying and how I react to it. I am 150% accountable for that. It doesn't mean you're not a dick for saying it, but you you have the right to be a dick. You have the right to be a dick. I have the right to be a dick. I prefer not to be a dick, but you know, hey, nobody's perfect. But you have every right to be a dick if you want to be a dick. So I'm always going to advocate for your right to be that or whatever it is that you want to be. You know, as long as you're not hurting anybody. As long as you're not hurting anybody. I have I I take pride in the fact that I have the best control over my emotions than I ever have in my entire life. And the the want and need to get better at controlling my emotions, I find fun. I enjoy it. And the way I see it, there's no reason why anybody else can't be the same way and do the same thing. You know, it's, you know, uh, I'm not saying, hey, you have to be like me, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm a lot happier. So you're never going to be happy. You know, you go all the way to the Supreme Court, get some law changed, and, you know, and then what? You're not going to stop it from happening because it's still going to fucking happen. And then all you did was just tighten things up. And guess what? Your freedoms are taken away. See, that's one of those things, man. You end up hearing people, they do that. They're, oh man, there should be a law, blah, blah, blah. They shouldn't be allowed to say that. They shouldn't be allowed to say that. They shouldn't be allowed to even think that. Be very careful. Be very careful because if they can take their freedoms away from them, they could take yours away too. What are you all liberal about that somebody else doesn't like? I promise you it's something. I promise you it's fucking something. So you gotta be fair, man. You gotta be logical, and you gotta be rational. You can't just sit there and go nuts when somebody does something, and then be surprised when something that you're doing is driving them crazy. And then they go to the Supreme Court and get your rights taken away. Careful with that shit. That's all I'm saying. Careful with that shit. Yeah, Beth. Lots of love coming to you from here, too. I want you to feel better. Yeah, Jilly Willy, freedom of speech. Fucking right. Why do you think I dropped so many F bombs? I don't give a fuck. That's the thing. I could sit there, look, I could sit here and I could talk a certain way and attract more subscribers, right? Why the fuck would I want to attract subscribers that are going to make me work? This doesn't feel like work to me because I want subscribers. I want subscribers that appreciate me for what I have to say naturally, what I truly believe. They appreciate me being genuine. I don't have to act. You guys like me for who I am. I don't have to pretend to be something else in order to get more people to like me. I don't, fuck all that. You know? I don't want to have to do this and work. That's, that sucks. That it defeats the whole fucking purpose. You know? Well, why do you have to use so many F bombs? Well, because it's the way I fucking talk, man. It's the way I've always talked. I'm not gonna change who I am because for some reason it bothers you. Don't subscribe. Don't listen. It's that simple. If you don't like something, don't listen to it. Don't look at it. You know, I talked a little bit about homophobia last night. Uh, that's seriously, who gives a fuck? You know, nobody's nobody's playing gay porn at your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you care what anybody else does? I made a meme. I posted it in my group about and it's yeah. What you the fact that you're worried about what somebody else puts in their mouth is there's something wrong with you. There's something fucking wrong with you. That you're concerned with what anybody else is putting in their mouth. It's none of your fucking business what people put in their mouths. It's none of your fucking business. Yeah, they're all it's they're all just words. I like to say the word fantastical, right? Somebody tells me, "Hey, that's not a word." I said, "Yeah, it is. I just fucking used it, right? You know what I meant when I said it, right? It's a fucking word." I mean, but yeah, they're just words, dude. They're just words. That's all there is. Yeah, they're just words, man. Calm down. There's no way that my eternal soul is going to burn in a lake of fire because I like to use the word motherfucker. That's not going to happen. There's no way that there's a God that is that tyrannical. That's it just you look at the world and that just doesn't make sense. The guy's he's pretty big on free will, man. He seems pretty big on free will, so I say look at it as a gift and use it responsibly. You know, enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. Shakespeare made up new words all the time. No fucking wonder I can't understand that shit. But he's a genius. He was a genius. Apparently, we're people still quote Shakespeare to this day. The most educated of the educated quotes Shakespeare to make their point. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. Oh, please note. Oh wait, are you asking? Oh no, you're asking. You're asking Beth Wade. But anyway, oh yes, yes, the Facebook group is called The Glare. Same title, same stuff in the background there. Um, yeah, and guys, email me too. Uh, just email me the weirdest scenario that's currently going on in your life. And obviously, I'll keep you anonymous. Um, but I always like to hear what the fuck's going on with people, and I like to talk about it. So email me some weird shit that's going on in your life, so that I can talk about it on here. For some reason, you can't drop a link in this chat for the group. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I've never been able to do that. We've never been able to do that. For some reason, the link does not catch. Um, and but if you go on Facebook and search the glare, you'll see the same uh, background. See, hey, look, I see. I just got a request from Connie to join the glare. Oh shit, guys. So I just opened up my Facebook, and I don't know if it's a hoax or not because this has been hoaxed so many times. But it's from what looks like to be a reliable news source, and it's a hoax. So I'm not going to say it. Ha! Okay. Anyway, dodge that bullet. So yeah, man, Jesse, I've got a request from you, and I'm going to go ahead and approve those. Um, so yeah, go ahead and join the group. It's fun. It's small, like this is, also, and also, please again email me, theglarer360 at gmail.com. Theglarer360 at gmail.com. I always check my emails. If I don't respond to them there via email, I respond to them here 99% of the time. So unless I just forget. So, and if this channel grows the way that it has been growing, then I'm gonna have to give that email password to my mods, and they're gonna have to kind of help me sort through them. Um, but we'll get those. We'll do that. Um, oh, shut up, Beth. Stop it. But anyway, yeah. Email me, theglarer360 at gmail.com. And I had a really good time tonight. You guys are really, 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 really easy to talk to. And I really, again, thank you guys for signing that petition. And yes, that is it, Beth Wade. Um, Thank you for signing that petition. And I think we are going to get justice for Mandy. Um, so I really believe that in my heart. Uh, and and I like to think that I do consider myself a somewhat spiritual person, and I do believe that those who are no longer with us are still with us on some level, and I think uh, that she felt what we did last night. So I want to thank you guys for that. I really, really appreciate that. Good night, guys. Love you.